nice day today. All the cages are out. Yeah, so what was I saying there about enjoying the bike? Yeah, so the fit and finish of it to me was it's proven the test of time. So I've really been impressed with how the bike's finished. And then back to the KTM situation, I think that's just a case of wrong time, wrong place. Maybe when it came to the pandemic, they were a growing company. What's this? Look at camper vans are us. Really big one van, 2 tents. Anyway, as I said, the unfortunate situation of the overproduction, the pandemic kind of highs, I think that's down to kind of their hedge fund investors maybe saying, oh, this is going to last forever, etc. So we know all that kind of backstory. I also feel that their customer service is definitely lacking. Having been a KTM customer for, as I said, 6 years, I find that their lack of dealerships, and I think the pressure that they put on dealers, was maybe not the best business model. From what I understand is that, you know, you take a lot of bikes and you've got to have so many bikes. You know, don't get me wrong, a lot of businesses use that model, but when you're in an industry where the demographic is, well, we all know the demographic. If you've been to ABR, that is an example of the demographic. There's very few people in their 20s and 30s, that's all I'll say. So you're going after a market that's aging, and therefore you're producing ever more and more bikes, and also the cost of them. The cost of them are absolutely phenomenal. Nice dog. You know, and now you can pick up a 790, albeit a Chinese CF Moto produced one, for like, I've seen the cheapest one I've seen is 7,999, I think. Which to me, that's a reasonable price for that kind of bike, especially when you consider some of the Chinese bikes that are coming out for 5, 6. You know, my friend of mine just bought a Vosge 900 DSX, whatever it's called. He was out with me last week. That's a very capable bike. Maybe not quite my taste, but you know, it's a capable bike and a quick enough thing. But you know, he's had it out. He's put 200 or 300 miles on it, and there's quite a bit of rust on it. The chain was a bit surprised about, but then he did go out to salt and it may not have done it. So I can't really say that's going to happen to everybody, but you know, there's things like that which, you know, I haven't seen happen to this bike. So I think KTM do produce a quality product. I think it's the luck of the draw. Maybe not as consistent. But then I also think that if you buy a KTM, you're buying into that, how could you say, I'm trying to think of a good way of putting it, the maintenance schedule. You're going to have to look after your bike basically. You're going to have to maintain it yourself a lot of the time in between services. Don't get me wrong. If you come from a background where you've had a car, no indicator on there. Oh, they did turn right. Sitting in the middle of the road with no indicator on. Anyway, as I said, the cages are out again. So yeah, so if you're working on a bike all the time and you're looking after it, you'll spot faults and you'll change your oil often. But if you're the sort of person that maybe comes from a car background where you service your car when your car tells you, be it long life oil, etc. I'm thinking of VWs and BMs and Audis and all that. Then maybe you don't apply that same, how can you say, due diligence on your motorcycle. You might oil your chain, put tyres on it when it needs it, and maybe you're not really mechanically inclined, which I don't have to hold that against you. But that's the sort of thing I think when you buy a KTM, I think you've got to get into the mentality where I need to maintain this bike, I need to look after it, I need to check stuff, because I mean, don't get me wrong, any vehicle I've had, I always do that. Even my bicycles get stripped and rebuilt, things like that. So I'm of that ilk, so I just crack on with it. But that may be some of the reasons why KTM dealers maybe are used to dealing with motocross guys who know what they're doing. So if they're racing every weekend, they're rebuilding engines, they're buying parts, they're fixing stuff, they're breaking stuff, fixing it again, they're tuning stuff, and they're racing. So when you're racing the bike, you're going to be doing damage and breaking stuff all the time. So you don't mind fixing stuff. Whereas if you come from a you're kind of a new rider and you've never maintained your own motorbike before, you've never raced before, and or you don't tinker in your garage, maybe not the bike for you. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Is that basically if you want a bike that's pampered by the dealer, get a BM. If you want a bike that you don't think you have to touch, you can let it rust on the outside all day, get a Honda or something like that. But none of them really grab me and go, this is a good bike, you know. I'm kind of, I don't know, it's all about how it makes you feel. I'm just waffling now. I'll probably cut all this out. Right, I'm going to go left here down towards New Stewart, see how we get on. Right, no stalling. Another wee scratchy road. This one's just south of Glentrail. Just takes us up into some hills and joins on to one of the other roads that I've been on with you. The one I was doing a few, what do you say, just checking the power delivery of the ECU map recently. It's just nice to have blue skies today. This takes us up through a couple of farms, some nice views as we climb up. Again, these are just three local roads that I go out and scratch about. I've been riding them for years. And some of the locals know them obviously, but they're mostly farmers roads. Linking up the farms. So yeah, so going back to KTM situation, you'll have all seen the news. They've kind of had agreed with the creditors. They're allowed to give 30% back of what they owe to their debtors or whatever they call them out in Austria. I think it totals £586 million or euros, I think thereabouts, and I think they have to raise that by the end of May 25th, I think was the date I saw. So I think come May, we'll see what happens. Obviously lots of rumours about BMW, Lewis Hamilton and all this kind of stuff, so those guys have got plenty of money, so you never know, they might become, they might become part of a BMW group or something like that, you never know. But I think KTM have got some pretty wealthy backers. You've got people like Red Bull, obviously there's rumoured Red Bull were going to buy them, but I don't think that's Red Bull's thing. They'll probably still maintain the sponsorship. I think Red Bull KTM is synonymous basically. Obviously loads of cutbacks, team members got rid of. So what becomes of the other companies, GasGas, Husqvarna? We don't really know. It'd be a shame. It'd be a shame to see them disappear or be sold off. But at the same time, as somebody said, you've got the choice between an orange, a yellow or a red bike, and they're all different prices. So it's maybe not the best thing to do is creating people up here. That's somebody, no, I think it just looks like a hay-bills. So yeah, so I don't really have an opinion on it all. I'm just kind of waffling on here, but I think what's happened's a good thing, because one, with all the controversy, and I call it the camshaft controversy, for all the sort of customer feedback they got recently, albeit through Facebook groups or directly from dealers, etc., they did eventually pull their finger out, but I think that's when the horse is built by then. It's not ever going to affect me, because if this goes tits up engine-wise again, I'll probably just buy another engine. Although I am toying with the idea of rebuilding the old one as a bit of a just something to do next winter. But the costs of the parts I might just put that into buying another engine and then maybe sell it as parts, or make a nice coffee table out of it. If you know what I mean. So yeah, so that's kind of where my thoughts are at with KTM. Hopefully they will survive. I'm hoping they've taken note of how we all feel as owners and customers. They did send out a survey shortly afterwards, and I was quite frank about what I thought of it, and what I thought of their, like I say, lack of dealer network. My nearest dealer is 100 miles away, and that's either Drysdale's in Perth in Scotland or Triple D Motorsport in the Lake District. I've bought mail order from Gear 4, and I've bought mail order from Jim M. Who else? Trevor Pope. So, you know, a lot of the online guys who are quite heavily with parts, I tend to, you know, have you got the stock? Yeah, boom, buy. So, I've always done that with parts to get stuff. Sorry if I'm not telling you about the nice scenery, but I'm sure you've taken it all in and you would go up this wee scratchy road again. So, hopefully the dealer network. Another thing I noticed was that they've started up some Orange Brigade or Orange Bleeder thing, or Orange Crew. That came out the day after the announcement that they were still going to be a thing. And I wonder if that's a damage limitation thing, where you send in your Instagram profile and they pick and choose the right ambassadors, so to speak. So we're quite interested to see what comes out of that. I'm hoping that KTM really do make an effort to improve their image again, especially on the customer warranty front, customer service, customer engagement, customer relations, call it what you want, but at the end of the day it's all marketing. So really it'd be nice to see them put a bit of effort into that and make you feel like when you go to an event, like I'll give you an example, you go to like ABR and stuff, don't get me wrong, they have a bit of a presence, but a couple of easy ups and a couple of adventure bikes, they could do better. When you look across the road and you see the likes of Ducati and what they do, you know, let's give it a little bit back. I know the adventure rallies and stuff go on across Europe and stuff, but it'd be quite nice to have maybe even one local and get an invite, as opposed to have to apply for it, if you know what I mean. But then again, they can't make everybody turn up. The amount of bikes have sold. Somebody on a cycle. But anyway, I'm probably waffling so much here, I'll probably edit all this out. There you go. Old dear, is it? She looked like she was pleased to see me. She looked like a fart in a spacesuit. There's a few like, still got half a tank. Yeah, that's cute. Well, there has been zero stalling today, so I think we have sussed it out. Steel fuel. So it's so tempted just to put the hammer down there, because it's probably people get airborne over a few things. Oh, the cattle grid. No, stretch the wee legs. There's nothing worse than hitting a wet cattle grid when you're going around a corner. You always tend to have hit a few of them a few times and just not been paying attention, just whoop. Nearly off of the hoop, but hey ho. I do sometimes have to pull myself aside sometimes and tell myself how lucky I am to live in this part of the world. You go down into second, no stalling, nothing on the right. No access to the wind farms. All these wind farms. No access to the wind farms for the lorries. So this is the road that I came down a few videos ago. Like that. When the sun's out today. There's no way, so it's not slippy. So I'm probably going to go up here and turn left, I think. Kind of head up towards fuel get the new house and whatnot in the back that way. See how I get on. So if you are still watching and you haven't fallen asleep, let me know if these weekly videos are the way to go, or should I concentrate on putting out a bigger video on the site every other week, or every couple of weeks, because to actually put one out every week, you kind of get a wee bit of pressure to you've got to go and go out for a bike ride or do something in the garage and stuff. Sometimes it's quite hard to do it, and there are other stuff I want to do, so it's kind of, let me know what you think. I do also ride a lot of mountain biking, so if there's anything you'd like to see mountain biking wise, I'm pretty up to speed on what's going on that side of things. So I've got a bike build maybe coming. If you want to see me rebuilding an e-bike, looking at a lot of new parts for it, I'll be stripping it and rebuilding it. Just, like the SRAM transmission, etc. Put the wheels on, that kind of thing. If that's the sort of thing you're into as well, let me know, and I'll maybe conclude some stuff from that, because obviously this part of the world, everybody knows Scotland's good for mountain biking, and especially the e-bike recently. It's been opening up some old trails and stuff that I haven't been riding for years. Section. Weep's going good. Just get marks. Definitely got the fresh blacktop. Oh, this is the loops here. There you can see the hills, that's where we've come from in the distance, so it just gives you an idea of what's out here. Big old loop. Going back to talk about what things to do in the future, obviously this bike's now running pretty mint. There's nothing really, I'm not going to tell you how to suck eggs and show you how to change brake pads and stuff. So there'll be probably just more riding videos as I get out and about as the better weather comes in. But if there is anything you want to particularly chat about, or you're interested even in Scotland, this area, which is southwest Scotland, just pick me a thing and I'll see what I can do. Sorry, I'm just having fun here. This thing feels like an absolute train now. Absolutely phenomenal. I will say, big thanks to Andy at Junction 33. I don't know if he even watches these, but it's totally transformed this bike from what it was before. It was okay, but now it just feels, I mean, I'm sitting here at 44 mile an hour, just chilling. And the bike's just on the bottom of the throttle, it's nice and smooth. It's just perfect. So, big thanks again. A couple of nice pads over there. I don't know if you can see them in this. A nice lock with a few big houses on it. I don't know whether they're permanent residents or holiday homes, but definitely very secluded. And here's the Gullick wind farm. You can see it up ahead there. I don't know what it looks like in the action cam. You probably see them in the distance. The action cam makes everything look a bit far away, a bit farther to head. This road's plenty of holes in it. Haven't resurfaced this bit yet. That'll come, hopefully. Parked. Going fishing. Flipping heck. There's one car in front of you. Oh, bloody time, man. That's 2 cars. There's somebody else pulling out. That's the best part. See the wind and the dust. That's a bit test of the air filter. So you carry on, mate, don't you worry about me. There's an entrance to a big lodge down there, probably. Yep. Fair enough. I didn't really want him behind me because I don't want to turn left into the forest here. God, I've got decent suspension, but that's rough. Shadows, eh? Release the dirt there. is us just coming back in the Bar Hill, so a few folk walking about here, so take it easy. Hopefully the sound is a little bit better because I'm going a little bit slower today, so it tends to be above 50 miles an hour. I think that the sound starts breaking up on this microphone, so what I'll do is I'll do my best endeavours to be, like I say, less talkative at higher speeds. And then hopefully we have a solution where we can have a chat, we can talk a load of rubbish, and you guys can listen and tell me if it's rubbish or not. Yeah, so that's the plan going forward. So what I'll probably do over the next few weeks is I've got a few weddings and stuff coming up. It's going into that season. School holidays for the kids up here, Easter time, various stuff going on. So I don't know how much of content I'm going to get out. How many updates I'm going to get. I'll maybe try and do a few things. As I mentioned, I might do some e-bike stuff. If you're interested in that, if not, tell me. But I'll try and mix it up a wee bit. And then come May time, we'll see what's happening. So I'll not be as thick and fast, I don't think, going forward, but I'll try and up the quality a bit. And then you guys can decide what you want to do. I'll just keep churning out what I want to do. Take it from there. As I said, sometimes I can just talk all day long. I'm trying to concentrate on that. Stop and check the battery on this head cam shortly, so do that one, give that to the bar. Bar Hill, that is. But I think we're still recording. Right, just coming into Bar Hill, probably catch you the other side of it. Duggar.